Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire. This is Purple Poppy, and today I've come along to do the flip through of the journal that I started on the Sunday stitching a couple of weeks ago. We started by putting down, let's open it up so we can lay it flat. It will be easier to view that way. There we go. So we started off by laying down various pieces of tea-dyed fabrics. There's some cotton, some linen, some calico, and in the tea bath I had added some rusty safety pins, so they've left their marks behind. Oh, I've got rust all over my hand now. You've got some vintage fabrics here and a actual vintage bus ticket. It's not a print, it is a real one. You've got this piece of tablecloth that's got the lovely embroider down the spine, and then here I put down a vintage photograph that was included in this letter. I've put down the envelope, and I've used the Ali Ferguson style of stitching a jug, holding the envelope to the fabric. All of this fabric was initially held down by a diamond like embossing stitch, and then I just added these sort of semi-forgotten about half-dead roses into my jug. The stalks are twine, the petals are organza, and this is a piece of that dust sheet to form, you know, the head that holds the petals. So that's the cover. She is 3 signatures, and she measures 8.5-ish by 6-ish by 1 3/4-ish. Okay, the closure is this blue torn organza. It's beautiful, and as you saw I had it done in a bow, and there is a lot of extra to allow for growth, although she doesn't already lie flat. Look, nice and bouncy. So if we go inside the front cover, I've done more of that diamond stitch to hold the fabrics together because I carried on piecing the tea-dyed fabrics together. I've then done some Shishiko stitched cherry blossom flowers with that same blue that's on the front. There's all sorts of loose threads, and I have stitched all the way round so that the inside fabric is glued to the original book cover, but then it's stitched to the front as well. It's going nowhere. Okay, and then on the inside back cover you've got the same diamond stitch of all the fabrics together. You've got a different Shishiko pattern there. You've got those same 3 vintage fabrics, and they match the fabrics that are on the back, and I've also used them to make 3 tabs through the signatures. Okay, so signature 1 starts with this flip. It's an old book page, a digital kit. There's a prints of old things, and this is a St. Paul stamp, and that just flips over, and then you've got a vintage directory page, and I mean the dates in here are 1882, 1884, so you know, lots of old pages there, and that's actually glued to this thicker paper which acts as the signature cover, and I've just stitched some of this trim down there. And then we've got coffee dyed paper, we've got an altered envelope, and then there's nothing in the envelope, but it is open. You could definitely put stuff in there. This has been requested by Catherine when she saw it on the Sunday stitching 2 weeks ago. If you still want it, Catherine, can you get in touch with me? I'll leave my email in the description box below. If you don't, it's fine, I'll add it to my Etsy shop, but it is reserved in your name first. This is the letter that was actually in the envelope that's on the front. This is some of the embroidered tablecloth that is on the spine, but it hasn't been coffee dyed or tea dyed. And this is just a fabric swatch piece from Which Craft Do You Do? It's an old book page, an old Polaroid style photograph. And then we've got this large tag for journaling on, and that's on a pull-out page of vintage script blocks. And then here we've got another one of these old directory pages, and this has just got a journaling card on it that's been decorated in all sorts of papers, and that comes over. This one should be there, it's where I pulled that paper clip off. And then here we've got another flip page, and it's got a little pocket at the top and a pocket at the bottom. It's got one of these slides with a daisy in. This is an actual vintage photograph, and these are 2 tea cards, and they're just popped in there like that. And then we've got an old book page with some washi tape just for added decoration. You've got a coffee dyed page with a fabric tab. There's a March page from Edith Holden, and that starts the centre of that signature. Coffee dyed page there, and then here we've got this beautifully decorated pocket on this flip out page. Could glue that if you wanted to, make it into a pocket, and it's got this decorated journaling card in there. We've got a short coffee dyed page. Got another one of these vintage directories, and that's got a little bit more washi tape on it. That's the other side of that plate page. And then here I've just put a paper bag with fabric that I made out of a 6x6 pad, and this is a journaling card that's got the Tim Holtz paper, decoupage paper, on top of a book page. And then here we've got a tuck spot, which is embossed craft card with dandelions on, and then you've got vintage shoes from Paris in there. And then we come over the art and needlecraft from an old book page. This is that letter again. This is the flap of that envelope. Coffee dyed paper. I've left lots and lots of journaling space in this one. And then this is that thicker paper, and it's just got a collage decoration on that page. Lots of different papers and the lady. Going to signature 2, and this is a tuck spot. It is open all down this side, so you could put a bigger piece in. I just put this one at the top. This is a journaling card, and I've just shaped it by fussy cutting round that man. Okay, and then we open that up, and this is all plain again for journaling. And then we've got another one of these photographs. This actually comes from Amanda at Scrimpy Mummy, and that's folded over music page. And then on this side we've got a large tag with lots of different things on it, blank on the back, and I've not put a string or anything in, but you could. This is a stuffed pocket, so you've got a pocket there and a little tuck spot there, and there's a stamp and a circle piece and a number, and there's just loads and loads and loads of bits that could be used throughout the journal, stuffed in here. Receipts, tags, interesting papers, all sorts of things that could be used to make clusters or whatever. That's that needlecraft book page again. There's the fabric tab on coffee dyed paper. We've got this lovely page from a fairy book, which is coloured and printed on that side, but then this side is a colouring in page. We've got 1909 diary entry for July the 28th and Thursday, July the 29th. Coffee dyed paper. It's another one of these little tags. This is on card with stamping and ink splashes. And then you've got another tea card there. There's another envelope flap, vintage book page, and it's a double one this time, and that forms the centre. Then here you've got a giant belly band with the 4 books from Which Craft Do You Do. You've got a altered envelope there. This is another actual vintage photograph that I've just popped on there. That was also in that letter. And then I've just done a colour swatch card. Saw a lot of people doing these recently and thought, oh, that's a nice idea. So just swatches of colour. This is the grey one, and it's got a little string tag on the top. You've got coffee dyed paper. You've got August diary entry, that's saying 1909. And then this is the bottom end of that coloured picture that you can colour in, coffee dyed paper. Now this is a CD envelope that I've put book page behind. I've stenciled over it, and then it's got floral Tim Holtz die cuts on it. I have glued it down so it is a flip, so you could put something in there if you wanted to. And then on the back I just put a paper clip with this Pears soap card. It's a modern one, but it's a reproduction of an old one. And then here you've got another music page, and I've just put a little bit of washi down there. There's a folded over coffee dyed page, and I've put this 3-dimensional tag in. It's got little pads behind there, and that just pops in there. And then on the back again you've got another one of these collage images. And then on the third signature we've got this old directory again with a flap and a top, and I've just put this giant tag in the bottom there. And I mean, there's plenty of room. You could put other stuff in there as well if you wanted to. And then again, just folded coffee dyed page for interest, so you see extra. This is an actual ledger page, 1929 I believe that is. And then in the pocket I've just made this little sort of flip out piece. It's got a pocket and a journal card there, and a pocket and a different card there. This one looks like a library card. It's just interesting. You could actually staple in some papers and make it into a little notebook. Another piece of that pink washi, Tim Holtz Lucky and Focus card in there. This is from that needlecraft book again. Coffee dyed page with a last tab. And then we've got a little paper bag here, printed. It's a lovely plate from a book there. This is a different book page, coffee dyed paper. And then here we've got an advert for Nescafe, and this is a book page from an old book, one called Your Home, and it's got this beautiful Tudor house in it. Lines there for writing, the bottom of the Nescafe advert. And that book I believe is 1920s. Coffee dyed paper. There's a beautiful cute picture there from that children's book. and then with really large text, and then you've got that book plate again, and I've cut the bottom off the bag so it is a tuck on both sides. Coffee dyed paper, that needlecraft book page, another real vintage photograph. There's a pocket there again on that ledger page, and then we've got a large journaling card, which again I've cut round so it's that interesting shape. Coffee dyed paper, and then the very last cover is again collage of different papers, and there's your cover. So there she is. She's fairly chunky. I didn't actually count the pages. We could count the pages. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3. We'll count that as 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you've got 40, 80, 120 sides in there. And then just using the organza ribbon, which has obviously been glued and sewn as those two layers have been sewn together, and just do a nice little bow, and that just flops there with that tassel there. So there she is. I hope you like her. Catherine, if you still want to, let me know. She's yours. If not, that's fine, but if you could also let me know, and then I can pass her on to someone else. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.